The trader methods that I've gone through here on this channel normally involve you having to take the time to bid on the players. And after reading a lot of comments through the videos that I've done over the past couple of weeks, some of you guys are having many problems with actually getting some of these deals. So in this video, I'm going to be going through a few things that you can look out for, as well as the things that you can actually do yourself to increase the chances of winning more of these items. Before I do get into the video though, if you do enjoy the content I'm delivering here 3 times per week, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way, whenever there is an upload that does get pushed, you'll be notified about that new video. And if you're one of the first to watch the video, you'll also be one of the first to put that method into action, where you can potentially be making quite a decent amount of profit. But getting back into the video, there are trading methods out there such as sniping, where you don't actually have to worry about the bidding process, but in a lot of cases you'll have many other issues to worry about, like actually finding a good search parameter, being a bit lucky with what's being listed, and also being very quick to snipe that player. With bidding, you don't have to be quick, and you're not as dependent on luck with players being listed at the correct time. But you do have an issue where there could be many people looking at the exact same player that you're looking at, all wanting to get this player for cheap so they can relist and make some profit. So what might seem like a great deal at first eventually turns out to be a complete waste of time. So to help you out, this is what I look for when I'm trading. The first thing is that I make sure that I'm trading at the correct time. Timing is one of the most important things to look at. Depending on the time that you're playing Ultimate Team will depend on how many trades there are on the market. EA does provide this information. You can look at a transfer market and EA will show you how many live transfers there are on the market at that current moment. This is a good indication of when it's a good time to trade. Theoretically, the more items there are live on the transfer market, the better time it is for trading, as there's more deals expiring every second, and potentially some of those will go completely unnoticed. If you play Ultimate Team at different times throughout the day, you'll notice that the live transfers fluctuate. So early morning you'll have less than 800,000, midday it'll push up to around 900,000, afternoon goes above 1 million, and if there's a promo event it could potentially reach 1.5 million. This also does change throughout the year. Back when FIFA 21 was first released, in the first week of Ultimate Team, these live transfers pushed up to about 4 million, and it gradually goes down throughout the year. But looking on a daily basis, the best time to trade is when there's more transfers on the market. This is around 6 PM UK time. This is the best time for those that have to spend the whole day at school. They come home at around 4-5 o'clock and they get on FIFA to play with their friends, and this will go through to 6 PM. For those of you that are working, a lot of you guys will be working all the way from early morning up to 4-5, maybe 6 o'clock as well. When you get home, you're going to be doing a fairly similar thing. Not to mention that EA also release promos, and when there's loads of people in the market and they're opening these packs for these promos, it does increase how many live transfers there are in the market. And hopefully you'll be one of those people that's picking these live transfers up. Timing isn't just about looking at the specific times during the day. You can also look at different days during the week. Saturday and Sunday have always been good to me for trading. This is when I always find good deals, and this is because most players that are playing Ultimate Team at this point are actually going through FUT Champions. So I'm able to go through the transfer market and get these deals without any competition. Monday has also been a good day. Yet again, this is taking advantage of FUT Champions. This is when players have finished playing the weekend league and potentially have noticed a few issues with their teams. So they either sell individual players that they didn't enjoy playing with, or they sell the whole team. And this is where I come in to go and buy some of those players and relist them, making a couple hundred or a couple thousand coins profit. Monday is also the day in which squad battle rewards are delivered to players' accounts. So for those that went through squad battles in the previous week, they will now have some packs to open, which will give more players to the market, which they're going to list. And then we have Thursday. Thursday's also been a very good one. Thursday is FUT Champion Rewards Day. These rewards can be claimed at any time on Thursday, but because most players don't come home from work or school until 4, 5, 6 PM, you really don't start to see the effect until the afternoon. And when players do start claiming their packs, this is where you can come in, as you're buying the deals that they're listing as they're undercutting the market. So with trading, timing is very important, as there's set days or set times during those days that things happen, and there's a lot of different variables in play here. The next thing you want to look out when trading is if there's loads of that type of player on the market. You can be trading at the best possible times, but not every player is good to trade with. This does not apply to every trader method, but in most cases, you want to look to see if there's loads of that type of player in the market. And you can check this really easily when looking at players and the time left until they expire. A good example of this, and I do it all the time, is when I look at bulk bidder method. For this example, we are going to be using Bruno. This is a player that I like to bulk bid with. I've actually shown him in many different methods. At the time of recording this video, his lowest buy now was 800 coins. So I was looking to get him for 650 coins, making a very small profit. But I'll be able to get 10, 20, maybe even push to hundreds of this type of player throughout the day, making tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of coins as I keep trading. When I searched for his max bid price at 650 coins, there was already a few on the market that had bids on. This is not a good sign. And when I go through the cards and got to the final player on that page, it said it was expiring in 16 minutes, which is a pretty lengthy time when trading. A better player to look at was Pablo Sarabia. He was selling for 800 coins, and yet again, I wanted to get him for 650 coins. But this time around, no one was bidding on him when I searched up the 650 coin bid, but I did still have to wait 16 minutes for the first page to expire. There's still room to make profit and you can still get these deals, but one is slightly better than the other, being Pablo Sarabia, as there's no competition. But we can also take this a step further. This time around, we're going to be looking at Matheus Vecino from Inter. His minimum buy now was 800 coins, same as the other players. I wanted to get him for 650 coins, and when I searched for that price, none of them had bids on, and when I moved to the final card on that page, it was expiring in 6 minutes. I will be able to get this player a lot quicker, I'll be able to get a lot more of them, which would lead to me listing even more on the market, making even more profit. And this is what you need to look out for. It is so much better for me to go for Matheus rather than Bruno or even Pablo Sarabia. That doesn't necessarily mean that Pablo Sarabia or even Bruno is a bad deal. I did still manage to go and buy some of these. It just means that Matheus is a lot better. Typically when you're trading, and especially if you're doing a method such as bulk bidding, if you search the maximum bid that you're willing to put in, and in the whole of the first page it expires within just a couple of minutes, that player is a good person to bulk bid with. If it's taken longer than 10 minutes for that page to expire, it's not necessarily a good deal, and you can find better deals out there. Moving on to the next point, if you're still having issues with getting these deals, you need to narrow it down further. You can go even more niche when trading. This is when you look at specific players but then also apply a position change or a chem style. This is by far one of my favorite methods to do in Ultimate Team. I've already mentioned this in many other videos about looking at default positions center defensive mids and moving them to center mid positions. You can also do this with chem styles by looking at a specific player with a basic chem style and changing it to be something completely different. It increases the price of that player as that specific chem style also has a value. This does lead to when you're actually bidding on that player, your maximum bid will be increased. And it could be increased depending on the chem style, depending on the position modifier, by a couple thousand coins. But there's so many other players that will be looking at that trade and thinking it's a bad deal. In actual fact, they're just completely overlooking the chem style that's applied or the position modifier that's applied. After doing many videos on this type of method, I've read a lot of comments and there's a lot of people that are struggling to get these deals. And this is because when you go to this type of niche when looking at a specific type of player with a specific chem style or a specific position, you really need to make sure that you're looking at the correct player at the correct time on the correct platform. If you're doing this method early morning, you will get hardly no deals whatsoever. It'll be so much better at that timing of 6 PM as what I said earlier. Likewise, I recently also got my hands on a PC version of FIFA Ultimate Team, and this method becomes a lot harder to trade with even at the best possible time. This is where the platform also comes into play. It doesn't mean that this method doesn't work, it just means it's a lot harder and you're better off looking at other types of methods. The final thing to talk about is bidding technique. In this area, your job quite simply is to piss off other players that are bidding on the same item as you. If you went through all the previous steps correctly, for a lot of your deals, you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. But there will be some that do get outbidded. And to successfully get this deal, you just need to frustrate the other player when bidding. There is only one real way to do that, and this is waiting for that player to go down to the last couple of seconds and then for you to put a bid in. This annoys so many players within this game. Whenever I'm bidding on players, I add them to the watch list and wait for them to get down to the last 27 to 35 seconds before I put my first bid in. If that goes all the way down to 0, great, I won the deal for that price that I wanted him at. If I get outbidded, I could easily bid straight away or increase the bid price to my maximum limit, but this would cut into my profit and it won't irritate the other person trying to get this player. So instead, I wait until the last couple seconds and bid just one higher than the current price and keep this going until I hit my bidding limit or I win the deal. Most players don't actually know this, but there is a bug within Ultimate Team when bidding. If you've been outbidded on a player and that timer is going down, as it gets to the final second, you can put a bid in. On your screen, it will actually go back up and reset to 30 seconds. But on their screen, sometimes it will say that they've won the deal. But when they back out of the watch list and go back in, they will see that the price has been updated and now it's gone back up to 30 seconds with a new price and is counting down again. This is a way that you can bait other players thinking that they've won the deal when they actually haven't. And I attempt to do this every single time by bidding in the final second. I recommend that you do the exact same thing. Anyway, this is some of the things that you can do or look out for when trading in FIFA Ultimate Team. Some of the stuff in here is very easy, whereas other things take a little bit of patience. Now, you won't get every single deal you look for, but by using these tips, you will get more deals often than not. And it's exactly what you want when trading. But anyway guys, this is how you should be able to get more deals in FIFA Ultimate Team. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going, so see ya.